Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edson Ochoa from Pegaso Gaming FSX, and today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to create the Coeff and the normal maps for FIFA 18 kits. I'm actually pretty stoked that they finally released the Frosty mod, the Frosty tool for FIFA 18. Alright, so first of all, obviously you're gonna need the Frosty tool. You're gonna need the Frosty Editor, and which you can I will leave the link in the description below. As well, you're also gonna need the encryption key for FIFA 18, and in order to do so, you have to get it from the official Frosty Editor Discord channel. I will leave the invitation link down below, and when you join the Discord, make sure you're on the general chat, and you're gonna type !help me, all lowercase, no spaces. From then, you will be given a link by the bot from the chat. The chat bot will give you a link that you will press, you will access, and that will give you the encryption key so you can use it on the Frosty tool. Okay, now besides that, you're also going to need some two things, two plugins that you need for Photoshop. I recommend Photoshop CS6. That's the one I have. So first things first, you're going to need, in order to save these files, in order to save these DDS files, you need this Intel TextureWorks plugin for Photoshop. Make sure to download the plugin, and make sure, hold on, okay. And you download the zip file right over here. I already have it downloaded and I already have it installed, so I don't want to download it again. Okay, so that's one. The other thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need this in order to make the map. You're gonna need this this texture tools, NVIDIA texture tools for Adobe Photoshop. You'll go ahead and download it. Make sure you download this one, texture, and make sure you download the correct version, whether you have the 32-bit version for Windows or 64-bit version of Windows. Okay, so you download those first. Make sure you have Photoshop closed, and install them in the appropriate folders in Photoshop program files. It's very simple. Just follow. Just go ahead and follow the README. It's really not that hard. So let's say you're looking for a specific team. I'm going to be looking for Tigres, whose ID is 1970. So in order to find the jerseys, or the actual kits, the socks, the shorts, the jerseys, I go ahead and type up here the ID, the team ID, which for Tigres has always been 1970, and go to content, open content. You'll have character and worlds subfolders. Open character, as you can see, there's kit 1500, and then you'll see Tigres UANL 1970. Here you'll have away, goalie, home. I think these are local files, but for kickoff mode, you'll use the home 00, goalie home 20, away 10. These are the three files that you need to modify in order to see the modded textures in kickoff mode. So you want to modify. You want to make a different kit. In this case, we're gonna import an RGBFC jersey for use with Tigres. So first of all, obviously, you go to Photoshop. Okay. You go to Photoshop. You make your kit. You modify your kit. This one I had it since FIFA 16. So this one, the PSD actually doesn't have the changes to the sleeves, but you get the idea. You create your texture file for the regular kit, for the regular jersey. There's your PSD file, And then when you save it, you'll go to File, Save As, and then you'll save it as Intel Texture Works. I already have, okay, the FIFA 18 mods, kits, Toros. Okay, and so you'll save it as Nike Toros. Actually, Nike Toros 1, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this is the interesting part. Okay, so going back, remember how I told you you have to make sure you have the correct compression. So for a regular kit, for the color file, take a look right here. The pixel format TF BC1 sRGB. This is what you have to focus. This part is what you have to focus. The BC1 and the sRGB. Okay. So texture file, make sure for these regular one, for the regular file, make sure it is color. Color plus alpha is when you make a texture that needs to have a transparency. That's when you save it as a color plus alpha. And for example, when you want to create badges, when you want to create the crest, obviously you need to have some sort of transparency where it's not part of the crest, so that way you don't have like white space around the crest when you actually import it to the game. So that's why you use color plus alpha. For this case, you just use color. Like I said, you have two options. It has to be BC1, and you have two options: linear and sRGB. Make sure if it says RGB in Frosty, this is the one you have to save it. Make sure you auto-generate your bitmaps, which is basically bitmaps are like the smaller sized versions, 1024, and it goes down exponentially. Okay, and then if you want to go ahead and preview, okay, get to preview the file. This kit is actually 3072 by 3072, and you actually can use, or you can import files bigger than normal, than the 2048 by 2048. Okay, so you press OK, and then press OK, and it'll save. And if you want to open it, go to Open, and then we said it was Nike Toros 1, right? And so this is your DDS file. But the one for FIFA 18 is actually this one that I'm showing you right here. This has already the corrected size for the short sleeves. And so the problem with FIFA 18 textures is that they're kind of stretched. I'm not sure if the long sleeves are stretched or like stretch whatever's on there as well, but I know the short sleeves are. So make sure that whenever you put anything on the short sleeve section of the short, whether it's sponsors, letters, or anything like that, make sure that you place them on there at a 4:5 ratio. In other words, make sure that it's a not what's the name of that? Like 4:3, kind of, but make sure it's a 4:5. So for example, instead of it being 100% by 100%, you have to shrink down the height of it to 80% by 100%, in order to make up for that expansion, or the stretching of the texture in the short sleeves. All right, so, and this is what you're going to import over to Frosty if you want to import to the game. So we'll go back here. I'll go ahead and show you how that looks. And then when you import, press import from the import button. Go over here, import your texture. We'll import, and there you go. It's already input into the game. And so that's the color.